Okay, while I set things up and I get things moving here, if there is somebody that's listening and watching and you can hear me, it shows me here 4 people are watching. I can hear myself talking. I just want to see if I can somehow figure out how to watch chats while I'm doing this, and I don't know how to do that. Because if you guys want to chat with me, I want you to be able to. If you were a friend of mine, send me a text message or send me a Facebook message just letting me know you can hear me and you can see my splash page. Okay, well, I guess I found a spot I can see. I see Ben Close is on watching. He says, what's up? Bass Fanatic 14, loud and clear tags. Okay, so that's definitely a close friend if he knows my name's tags. Let me see if I can figure out how to show my chat. Ah, there we go. Loud and clear on the live stream. All right. And I think I found my chat on my phone, so hopefully somebody send me something on the chat and let me see if it pops up for me. Ooh, Johnny's the Bass Fanatic 14. All right. Well, let's see. We have a handful of you watching. If you are watching, click subscribe so that way you're subscribed to my channel. We got 5 people watching. It is officially 5:30. So what I'm going to tell you is what we are about to do is long and boring. That's the easiest way to say it. There is a lot to do, a lot of copying and pasting, a lot of orders to rearrange. There is just a lot to do, so it's going to get boring, but the reason why I'm doing this is so that way Johnny says he's out then. He doesn't want to listen to my boring random draws. But anyway, some of you were on here last year and liked that you were able to see what I was doing and knowing that what I was doing was fair and even for everybody. So that's why I'm doing it again this year. Let me turn this image off. So now you can see what I'm doing on screen. Make sure you see it. Okay. So what you're looking at here is the brackets. The brackets are set up like so. This is the Big 8 bracket. Oops. This is the Big 8 bracket. And the Big 8 bracket is a 20-team double elimination tournament. For those of you who were not at last year's tournament and are new to this, the Big 8 just means you take your 8 guys on your team, you put 4 on one end, you put 4 on the other end, and you're going to play bags just like you would in a doubles tournament, except for the 4 guys on your one end are only going to throw one bag, and then they're going to go to the back of the line and they're going to throw another bag and go to the back of the line. You must keep the order that you're playing through the whole game. Once that game is over with, you can change up your order, change up ends, change up however you want to do it. It's probably one of the funnest, most relaxed parts of the tournament, but yet it is stressful for the person throwing that one bag because they know that all the pressure's on them to do something with it or to get it in the hole. So though it is a fun, relaxed tournament, it's still a lot of pressure. You will see that I have the 20 spots where all the teams go. We'll do a random draw, and we'll put the random numbers here. And then once we pick the random draw for the teams, we will know where the teams go. Then we have the singles tournament, and you will see that there are 8 pools, and there are 8 people on your team. That means one person from your team will end up in each one of the brackets. That means you will not play anybody on your team unless you or both, or you and somebody else from your team ends up in, or as the tournament winner. The tournament winners will move on to a sudden death Ryder Cup Championship singles bracket. You will play one game. You win, you move on, you lose, you're out, and you get whatever points are set for that part of the bracket. We'll random draw what number brackets go where. So in this bracket, you may play one of your teammates the first game. The winner of the bracket will be the singles champ of the Ryder Cup tournament and win $200 and 2 extra points for their team. Second place will not win any money, but will get 1 extra bonus point for the team. You may think, well, that doesn't seem like a lot, but as close as scores were last year, at 1 to 2 points really adds up. So from here, you will see all the teams. If your team number, or your person number 1 on your team, you'll go into bracket 1, and then you'll go into the part of the bracket that your team number was set with. So as we go, you'll understand more of how I'm doing it. But we'll move on. We'll go to doubles. And now doubles, we're going to do pools. So to do pools, and so that way our pools aren't huge, we're going to do pools of 10. When we draw our numbers and draw our pools, your names, so team 1, your 4 team members will go, your 4 teams will go here, team 2 will go here, so on and so forth. And then what I did is I broke them down into different pools. Pools 1 and 5 will come from here. Pools 2 and 6 will come from here. Pools 3 and 7 from here, and pools 4 and 8 from here. You will see every other will go into pool 1 and every other go into pool 5. In this one, the first 2 will go into pool 2, the first 2 will go into pool 6. Every other opposite of this one will go into these 2 pools, and then the opposite of this one here. I just figured it was probably the most random way I could do it to make it even and fair. So not only is there a random team number, there's a random singles, and there's a random doubles, and from that random doubles goes into these random. They'll go into these spots here, and then randomly go into 1 and 5, so on and so forth. Easy and best way to simple the madness is what I should say, because there's a lot that'll go on here. I'm going to go back to here and show you what we'll be playing with. Oops. You will see here, this is the layout. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this over here. So if you understand north and south of the Moose Lodge, you will know all of us come in the Moose Lodge on this end here. And we come in these main doors here from the outside. And you know that bar with the big moose pictures on the back wall and the south wall. So if you've played in the Moose, you understand how these boards are laid out. And you will see that we can get 12 sets of boards in the main Moose. Well, that is not enough with 20 teams. So literally right next door, if you go out this back door or go out this front door, there is a side door that comes into the dive bar right next door. And the dive bar right next door has 4 sets of boards or 2 pools. It sucks that they have to be in a separate building, but it's the only way we can do this. So there will be partial times where singles players will have to walk next door, or doubles teams. There will be 2 sets of pools that will have to play over here away from us. It's just the way we could do it. I have a plan for next year, so we are all in one spot and maybe add more teams. But I can't guarantee that because the area that I'm looking at, let's just say the ice has to melt in time for us to be in there. And that is not possible this year. but hopefully next year there will not be any ice in it, and we'll be able to have a bigger building. If not, we'll have to keep it capped at 20 teams and stay between the Moose and the dive bar next door. But anyway, that's what we have. We have that gives us 20 sets of boards. Sorry, 16 sets of boards, because I get 12 in the Moose and 4 over here, which will hopefully get what we need. So those are the brackets that we will work on once we draw numbers. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw numbers. So you can see I just randomly threw all the teams, all the singles, and all the doubles into this little spreadsheet, this little text file. And from there, I have this fancy little generator. So I'm going to move this generator over here a little bit. I'm going to move our teams here. And you will see that the first one that we're going to draw for, which will put the orders of our teams and then give us the order of drawing singles and doubles, we're going to do 20. So I had asked somebody to go on Facebook. I said, the first person to see this, give me a number between 1 and 10. And Brian from South Dakota gave me the number 7, as I think Perry did also. So before I start generating numbers, I'm going to click this again button 7 times, and the set of numbers that pops up will be our draw for the team numbers in order. Excuse me while I take a drink. So let the boring process of numbers and draws begin. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to click this 7 times before we start, or to get our random numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so there's our 7. Right there's our numbers. So from the top to the bottom, I'm going to put them in order. So starting with Scott County River Rats, number 11. And Capital City is 15. And 5. And as I go down, I'm just going to add them. 10. 3. 16. 13. 20. 1. 9. 6. 4. 6, 4. 7. 19. 8. 17. 14. 12. 18. And 2. So we have our random draw of team numbers. This will go into the Big 8 team tournament as they are set here. I need to write the word team just so I have these in the right spot. Oh, hang on, maybe I didn't put them in all the spots. I didn't. All right. Suppose it doesn't make a difference. Let's see what's consistent. Let's just delete these. I just want to make sure I have everything. Oops. It's just little anal things that bug me that I want to make sure I'm consistent in. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in order. I got 2, so I'm just going to grab 2. Oops. Where's 1? I'd have background music, but YouTube tends to ban posts that have music in the background, so I'm not playing music for that very reason. Oops. If you guys get any questions while I'm doing this, go ahead and ask, and I'll check my my chat posts from time to time to make sure that to see if you guys have any questions. Let's see. It says we're clearly region. You may be blue. I don't know what the heck color you are. Where are you? Let's see. Yeah, red, blue, purple. What the heck? I don't care what color you are. I can change it to whatever you want. I can make you blue. There. All right, where am I here? 7, 8. 9. 10. 11. Told you this was going to be boring. But I need to make sure I get everybody in order here. 15, 16, ooh, 17 and 18. Excuse me. All right, so let's check the order. We got Team Toma is 1, Cooler Region Blue 2, Wagner's Lanes and Complex 3, Full of Excuses 4, SEW Baggers 5, Cooler Region Yellow 6, Three Rivers 7, Central Minnesota 8, Border Boys 9, Team Smack 10, South County River Rats 11, Misfits 12, Ball and Chain 13, Sparta 14, Capital City 15, MSP 16, Cooler Region Cerveza 17, South Dakota 18, St. Croix Valley 19, and Southwest Minnesota, or East Dakota number 20. All right, so just so that way I have some sort of sanity to make sure I'm doing things right, I'm going to do this. I'm just going to color them. Well, I guess I don't need to now that I've got them all separated. So let me save that. So now I have our team numbers. Our team numbers are set. Yes, Cooler Region Blue, I have you with your team blue. So that's our team numbers. Now we need to do our singles numbers. And our singles numbers, we'll go to this tab here, and you'll see 1 through 8. And before I start doing each one, well, when I say each one, for this first one, I'm going to click it 7 times. And then every time I click it, those will be the numbers for the next team going forward. So, team number 1, let's start clicking. Let's go 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so there's where we're starting. So every time I click it now will be the next team. So we're going to go 4, 8, 7, 1, 5, 2, 3, 6. So that team, those are their single numbers. So now when we go to the single bracket, I'm going to go to bracket number 1 and put Brian Chambers in the first position of 1 through 20. I'll go to bracket 6 and go to the first position, and that's where Jason Young will go. So that will be how we add them to the singles bracket. So now we're going to do singles for the second one. Click this. Okay, now we got 2, 3, 6, 1, 5, 7, 8, and 4. And again, 6, 4, 1, 8, 2, 5, 7, 3. Okay. Got that. So now we're on 4. Click. Okay, we have 1, 4, 8, 3, 6, 7, 2, and 5. All right, next up, CW baggers. We've got 1, 2, 7, 6, 5, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Huh. I am missing somebody. Well, let's see. So we've got Nate. We've got Adam. We've got Chad. We've got... Oh, how the heck are we missing Michelle? So we will add Michelle here. All right. Eric is going to be 4, and Michelle will be 3. Yeah, see, now you know why I'm doing this. I do this live. You guys can see when I make mistakes and I fix them, and it's all fair. All right. Let's move on to color region yellow. Click. We got 3, 7, 1, 6, 4, 2, 8, 5. On the next one. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 4, 5, and 3. Next, we have 3, 5, 4, 6, 2, 8, 7, 1. Okay, border boys. Next, we have 6, 3, 5, 4, 2, 7, 1, and 8. Okay, again, we have 2, 7, 1, 5, 8, 3, 4, and 6. Again, 5, 1, 8, 4, 2, oops, 2, 4, 2, 7, 6, 3. All right. Just over halfway. Got 8 more to do. Seven, 5, 2, 3, 4, 8, 1, and 6. Again. 2, 1, oops, 1, 5, 6, 4, 7, 3, 8. You'll have to excuse me for the noise in the background. Again, I'm doing this at home with loud girls in the background.
What?
All right, again. 8, 7, 5, 6, 4, 3. Oop, hang on a second. I screwed that up. 8, 7, 5, 6, 4, 3, 1, and 2. So just so you can see, I messed up a number there, but I got it fixed. It matches here. 8, 7, 5, 6, 4, 3, 1, 2. Okay. Moving on, Capital City Cornhole. 5, 4, 1, 6, 3, 8, 2, 7. And again. 8, 3, 7, 1, 2, 5, 4, and 6. Oh, you're fine. 4 more. Turn on the big light though, please.
Yes, master.
4, 3, 5, 1, 6, 7, 2, and 8. Alright. Let's see, do it again. And we have 1, 3, 8, 7, 2, 6, 5, and 4. Again. 3, 6, 1, 8, 5, 2, 4, and 7. And last but not least, Southwest Minnesota. Again. 7, 8, 5, 4, 1, 2, 6, and 3. All right. So our single numbers are all set up. Anybody got any questions? If not, I'm going to continue because this is going to take a while. Oh, we're almost done. Now we just got doubles. All right, doubles. Random draw. Here's a little random draw. Again, I'm going to hit it 7 times before I start adding numbers. I'll start in order at 1 again. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. A couple of those didn't look like they changed, but I suppose when you're talking random, there's only 4 numbers to randomize, and some of them didn't look like they really flipped. So anyway, we'll start here. 4, 2, 1, 3. So 4, 2, 1, 3. Again. 1, 3, 4, 2. 1, 3, 4, 2. Again. 3, 2, 4, 1. 3, 2, 4, 1. saving. 1, 3, 4, 2. 1, 3, 4, and 2. 3, 2, 1, 4. 3, 2, 1, 4. Again. 4, 1, 2, 3. 4, 1, 2, 3. Oops. 3. Next up, 2, 3, 1, 4. 2, 3, 1, 4. 3, 2, 4, 1. 3, 2, 4, 1. 3, 2, 4, 1. Again. 1, 3, 4, 2. 1, 3, 4, 2. Should we take bets on whether we actually get a 1, 2, 3, 4? I mean, you would think so in 20 times, right? Okay, next up. Again. 1, 2, 4, 3. Close. 1, 2, 4. Dummy. Okay, 1, 2, 4, 3. Matches, see, matches. And again, 2, 3, 1, 4. 2, 3, 1, 4. Again, 3, 2, 4, 1. 3, 2, 4, and 1. Again, 3, 4, 2, 1. 3, 4, 2, 1. And again, 2, 1, 4, 3. 2, 1, 4, 3. Again. Hey, there we go. Ho, is that a good sign for Jeremy Wheeler and his crew at Capital City Cornhole? We'll find out on April 6th and 7th. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And again. 1, 4, 2, 3. 1, 4, 2, and 3. 2, 1, 4, 3. 2, 1, 4, 3. And again, 1, 4, 2, 3. 1, 4, 2, 3. I feel like I'm at the eye doctor. 1 or 2. 2 or 3. 3 or 2. 1 and 4. No? All right, 2 more. 2, 4, 3, 1. 2, 4, 3, 1. 2, 4, 3, 1. And one more. 1, 2. Oh, missed it. 1, 2, 4, and 3. All right, so let's go through and double check and make sure we got everybody. We got doubles and singles, doubles and singles, doubles and singles, double singles, double singles, double singles, double singles, double singles. Looks like we've got everybody here. All the numbers. Okay, now you got to give me a minute so I can put these all in order so it makes it easier for when I put things into the brackets. So if you need to take a bathroom break or you don't want to sit and watch this, go ahead and do it. But I'm going to put these in order quick before I start dumping them in the brackets. Okay. questions? Oops. While you sit and watch this. All right, who's all still watching with me? Any of you in the chat? Say I'm here. Let me know you're here. Or am I all alone in my misery of random draws and doing all this? All right, you have me curious. That's not what I wanted. Oh, live dashboard. Doesn't show. Ooh, shows 11 are watching. 11 you were actually paying attention. Holy cow. I give you credit for following along. All right, let's see where I'm at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Any of you watch any of the live feeding I did, or go to ESPN 3 and watch any of the ACL stuff this weekend? Lots of good matches to watch on there. Looks like Trevor Brooks kind of blew it for his team again. I know a lot of people are already hashtagging Trevor Brooks' fault again. If you didn't see it, I think you should go back and watch it. In my opinion, they had it won. He showboated and got all rowdy with the crowd for too long before throwing his last 2 bags. And whether that affected his throw or not, I don't know. I mean, would he have missed those 2 shots? Would he have missed those 2 shots, whether he did all the hooting and hollering and yelling? Nobody will ever know. But it was definitely some dang good cornhole to watch. A lot of great matches. I was kind of upset that they didn't give props to the girls' singles game, championship game, because I will tell you that those girls were on point with their airmails. Those 2 were hitting stupid airmails. I mean, it was ridiculous how good those 2 girls were. I talked to Christine Papke, the lady who won. Her and I were chatting on Facebook after her win, and I was congratulating her, and we were kind of chit-chatting, and she told me that I said to her, it looks like somebody's been working on her AMLs quite a bit. And she said, I had to, because the last championship game or match she played against Courtney Coy, destroyed her with airmails. So she knew she had to figure out her airmail game. And so she said she worked on that quite a bit. And you can tell because the crap she was hitting was just stupid ridiculous. Of course, Courtney was right there with her. The two of them were airmailing back and forth, but Christine Papke was the better of the two that day, and that was a lot of fun to watch. So if you didn't get to see it, go on my Kugler Region Cornhole page and watch it there. I live streamed the whole event. So that way people that didn't get ESPN3 could watch along or could watch it later. So if you get a chance to get on there and watch it, also share it so other people can see it. I have Friday's event and Saturday's event. All right, two more, and now we can start dumping things in the brackets. All right, boys and girls. There you have it. 1 through 8, 1 through 4 for singles and doubles. I will put, let me see how I'm going to do this to make it a little easier for what I'm doing. Well, the first thing we're going to do is the team event and put the teams in their right orders. Team Smack, I might have to cut you guys down. You're probably the longest team name I have. When I say cut it down, just to Team Smack, so that we won't have to keep rewriting it in the brackets. Might be able to squeeze it in using technology, but once we have to write it in. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so these are our teams. Put you guys over here. Yeah, Ben, you are correct. Ben Close just said in chat, how big was the airmail Brett Guy hit taking his bag without taking Trevor's bag? So big it left 4 of Trevor's bags on there and gave Team Guy 8 points. That was a ridiculously sick shot. I loved it. And that there also goes to show that you can airmail and pull bags and leave other bags. So sometimes it's worth taking the shot, especially when you're up that far. The one thing that irritated me so much about the commentators is how many times bags were still in play. And they're like, yep, that bag's gone. I'm thinking, there's a tip of it still hanging in the hole. You could still airmail and pull that thing in. I've seen bags a ½ inch to an inch off the hole and somehow magically get pulled in. So for me, a bag is never out of play. A bag is always in play. All right, so we're going to start with team event. And you'll see here, this little handy dandy, oop, no, hang on, this is singles. So this here is the Big 8 tournament. You'll see here I have 1 through 20. We need to random draw this row of numbers, which goes here. So you'll see here, I'm going to go back to the 20, and we're going to do the 7 shot again, and whatever we land on for 7 is going to be our 20 teams. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, there's our random draw. Copy that. Select it all, paste it. So now you will see this is where the teams will go. I don't know why I put these numbers here. I don't really need them here, but just for good measure, I'm going to put them here. 13. And see, I'm working in a drawing program, which works great for me, but sometimes isn't as smooth as I want it to be. 18, 16, 5, 9, 14, 17, 7, 4, 15, 10, 1, 8, 2, 20, 12, 11, 19, 3. So you will see, oops, we random drew the team names, which we have right here, and we put those in order. We random drew this positioning that we have here. So we random drew the positioning and then put the positioning in the brackets where they need to go. So now what I'm going to do is put them in order. I'm going to put Team Toma in the 1 spot. I'm going to go to the 1 spot. Where's 1 here? Team Toma goes there. Go to 2, Cooler Region Blue. So I'm going to find 2 in the brackets. Yeah. Put Cooler Region Blue. As you can see, I'm going to have to start squashing some names. Okay, I'm going to go 3. Where's 3 in the brackets? Hang on a second. I got them all in one, so. Oops. 3 goes, team 3 goes there. 4. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. Where's 12? 12. Imagine that. 11 plays 12. 13. 'You guys are probably finding these quicker than me. Sorry. My eyeballs are starting to go numb from staring at my screen. In fact, I should probably turn it down a little bit. Well, it makes it hard for you guys to see. Let's see, 16. 17. Hey, look at that. The 2 teams that were going for the drinking trophy last year play each other right off the bat. 18. Where are you, 18? 19. And teams here. Just going to try to get them to fit a little better. Okay. I'm going to go 8. I'm going to go 80. Let's go 70. I'll go 70 for some of those really long ones. Let's go 80. So fit everybody in. All right. So as you can see, there is your official lineup for the 2018 Big 8, which we will start after the singles tournament on Saturday. Whatever's left over of the singles tournament on Saturday. Starting off, we'll see South Dakota play the MSP Outsiders, Team Toma versus Coulee Region Cervasis, NBO Toma versus Central Minnesota, Misfits versus Scott County River Rats, so on and so forth. The buys, you will see here, those are the teams with the buys. This again is a double elimination tournament, one game, double elim. You win, you move on, you lose, you drop down here. You will see here, here's the point systems. If you win this tournament, you get 6 points. If you take second, you get 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.5, 1, a half a point, and a half a point for these first teams that are knocked out. So that is the setup of your 2018 Big 8 tournament. Save that. And we will go on to, which one do I want to do? I think either or is going to be a pile. Well, pool play in that we can kind of get in our groupings, and then I can move them down and make the pool easy. So you see, this is what pool plays will, the pool sheets will look like. I ask you to study them when I post them, and you look at them and you share them with your team. Tell your team to read them over, because once the pools are set, these sheets will be put out, and we will play. For every win, you get a point. Those points goes towards your team. The top 2 teams from every pool will go into a sudden death 16-team bracket, and the winners, the champs in doubles, will win $300 and 4 points for their team, and second place will earn no money but will get 2 points for their teams, which will be huge. While I'm here and I'm thinking about it, what will happen is that there will be 8 pools. Number 1 and 2 of Pool 1, 1 and 2 of Pool 2, 1 and 2 of Pool 3, 1 and 2 of Pool 4, so on and so forth, will be put into this doubles bracket. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a random draw for the 16 spots for this pool. And however you finish in your pool, you will move into this. Oh, here's the thing. If they're the top 2 teams move on to the sudden death bracket, excuse me, if there's a 2-way tie, of course, it's the win-loss record for, you know, if there's a tie between second and third, whoever beat who moves on to the sudden death bracket, because they would be the second team. If there's a 3-way tie, what we will have, let's say there's a 3-way tie between first, second, and third, or there's a tie between third, fourth, and fifth. Between second, third, and fourth. That means one of those gets that second spot. In a 3-way tie, teammates will throw down and back from the same side. The highest score will move on. So what will happen is we'll put each one of those teams at a board by themselves, and let's say it's me and my partner. I will throw all 4 bags down, give myself a score. My partner will throw all 4 bags down. Whatever that total is, if we beat the other 2 teams in total points, we move on. So it's kind of a sudden death way to put the pressure on you to earn your spot into the sudden death bracket to earn points and to win some money. So while I'm here, so I don't forget to do it, I'm going to go to my random generator for 16. I do believe this is for 16. Yep. So I'm going to hit it 7 times, and whatever it's set, that's how it'll set up that bracket. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, copy that. Select all and paste. So we will see that this is position 1, position 2, position 3. Where's 4, 4, 4? Where are you, 4? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So with that order, you will see that pool 3, second position will go here. Pool 4, first position will go here. So all that's saying is, again, in pool 7, the first place team, the team with the highest score, will go here. And let's see, where did the 7th one go? Pool 7. Pool 7, number 2, will go here. So again, we random drew these numbers and put them in position for the sudden death. So you may, depending on where you end up, and if you're in a team, let's say you're in pool 4 in position 2, and one of your teammates is in pool 7, position 1, you guys are going to have to play each other. I'm not going to say anything after that, but it could set up some interesting circumstances and what might happen with those two teams moving forward. So the pool is now set for that. Save that. Or I should say the sudden death bracket is set for the pools. So here in the pools, what we did, again, is, actually I can go and close here. So team 1, 2, 3, 4 through 20. I'm going to put your team names here in the order that we have. I think I'm going to need that. I'm going to go here. So you'll see team 1. Is Andy and Jason. Andy and Jason go 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. I don't know if I copied and pasted this. This is just for my own sanity, so I have them next year. All right. So we go to 2. All right, so you see what I'm doing? So team 1, team 2, team 3, so on and so forth. I'm taking the random draws that we put and I'm putting them in each one of the pools, and then you will see that the top red ones will go into the top bracket, the bottom ones will go in the bottom. So once I get this all done, then you will see who you will play in your pools. Team 3. Carl. 2, 3, 4. 4. 7. Oops, 8. All right. 10. All right, so we're halfway through. I'm going to hit Apple here. Again, as you can see, just like with, oops, I did that wrong, sorry. I meant to grab this one here. As you can see, this is meant to make it so that way you are not playing your own partners, just like in singles. You'll see that when we get to that. These pools are broken up into 4 sections, so that way, dang it, I did it again. I'm going to pay attention to what I'm doing here while I'm talking. They are made so that way the 4 pools ensure that you will not place somebody from your own team and knock them out or beat them. Singles is the important one because you don't want to knock out your own teammate. Oops. 14 on 15. My hands are staying in the same copy and paste position, so they're starting to hurt. Team 18. And 20. All right, so now we have our randomly drawn teams into our randomly made pools, and then we're going to dump these in. But before I do that, I'm going to go through, I want to number these, make sure I have them. So, so that's team 1. This will be for me later to make sure I have them in the right position. Actually, what I need to do is I need to, let's see, how should I do this? other thing you have to remember, the reason why I do all this little stuff is because I have a spreadsheet that is whoever's going to be entering the final scores and point totals, they'll need to find the team numbers quickly. So I want to have the team numbers behind them. Actually, I think I might have them in the, I got your team name and that stuff down here, so I might put the numbers on there. But I want to make sure that well, I have the team names here, so maybe I don't have to do that. Kind of save you guys on having to watch me do all this crap. Now let's just see if I can knock this out quick. Oops. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Alright, that didn't take too long, so let me see if I can knock these out quick. So I'm not losing you guys? You getting tired of watching all this? How many of you are still hanging on? Maybe I'll check here in a minute and just see how many are watching yet. That'll help me do the brackets a little quicker later on when I put everybody together. Still got 11 watching. Rock on, guys. Okay, so again, randomly drawn teams, randomly drawn doubles teams, randomly thrown in the pools. And so now I'm going to take these, the random selections. I'm going to put all the reds in pool 1. Here, I'll make it a little smaller so you can see. I'll put all the reds into pool 1 and all the blues into pool 2, and so on and so forth. So I will do this so you can watch what I'm doing. I'm going to pull these down here. I'm just going to delete all the blues. So all the blues will go into the bottom brackets. So that's pool 1. That's pool 2. That's pool 3. Oops. Pool here. All right, so that's that one. We'll do it again. We're going to take all these and we're going to duplicate them down here. And now I'm going to get rid of all the red teams. Andy just sent me a text message that you'll see. Actually, it's because you're seeing my screens too. Andy Greff just sent me a text message saying, I'm watching TV, but I'm listening to your YouTube. I hope whatever you're watching is way more interesting than my yapping. All right, make sure I didn't delete everyone. Delete anybody extra. So as you can see, all the blues, like I said, went down to the bottom one, and all the reds stayed in the top one. So we have randomized the randomized the randomized. We randomized everything. So that way we can have the pools. You'll see all the pools I have here. I'll go in a little closer so you can check them all out. But what I'll do is I'll actually make pool sheets, and then once I get the pool sheets done, I'll make JPEGs of those, and I'll post everything in the Ryder Cup page so that way you have them to look at later. If you want a better high-res version or a better JPEG, because Facebook does a lot of down-resing, if you want a better one that you can have for your team, you can just send me an email, and I will just send you all the JPEGs if you want them that bad. Again, this is something I'll reiterate, and I want you to share with your team, even try to tell them prior to the tournament. These red names here, this is where you will put your scores. So you'll see I have a little guide here that shows this is your name, you're going to find the team you played, and you're going to write your score. You're going to find your name, find the team you played. So if you're 2 and you played team 5, you're going to go here to team 5 and you're going to write your score there. Now what team 5 is going to do is they're going to go here and they're going to find you, which was you were team 2. Go over here to team 2 and they're going to write their score, what they had against you. Okay? This way this will keep track of wins and losses. Wins earn points for your team. Losses do not. Top 2, again, move on to the sudden death bracket, which we random drew here. So however you end up in your pool and what number 1 or 2 you are in your pool will put you in this bracket to have you move on to the championship, to have a doubles. Well, this year we will have an official team, which we did last year. Last year we had a singles champ and a doubles, or in a team champ, but we had a Big 8 champ, a singles champ, and a team champ, but we didn't really have a doubles champ, though I think one doubles team went 11 or 10-1. Maybe they were undefeated. I'm not really sure. But anyway, so in reality, they would have been the doubles champ, but we didn't. This year, I wanted to do it with giving prize money to the singles and the doubles champs. So, oh, I copied and pasted that over here. I should put in here doubles. There. Okay. So again, here's another little look at pools. I'll leave it on the screen here. So that way you can maybe take a quick peek and see where you are in your pool. I know let's see here. I'm literally having a brain fart. Ben, what the heck? Oh yeah, you guys are the Border Boys. So Border Boys, you're team 9. Let's see, Ben and Ed, you were number 4. I'm only picking them out because I know Ben is on and he told me he's watching. So you were team 9. Where are you? Ben and Ed. So right there you are, Ben. You were in pool 4. So Ben and Ed, Ben close and Ed close. They're in pool 4. You'll see that they're with Bing and Dave, Lance and Mark, Jeff and Todd, Andy and Ben, Dan and Bob, Sherry and Val, Lance and Craig, Scott and Matt, and Rob and Dennis. So you guys got a good pool. So you'll see there are 10 teams in your pool. You will play all 9 other teams. So the most points you can walk away with in your pool is 9. There you have it. So there's the pools. The pools will be put in pool sheets and made pretty later on. You're not going to want to watch me do that because that's just a pain in the butt. But you will see that this is our official pool sheet here. And what I'll be doing is putting these into the pool sheets here. Pool 1, Pool 2, Pool 3, so on and so forth. And then what will happen is, let me see if I can see. We're looking at the singles. So when we do pools, you know, every 2 pools. So these 2 pools would be pool 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pool 7, and pool 8. So we'll have 8 pools. Your 8 teams, your 10 teams will play constantly at these 2 boards. It'll probably take about 3 hours to knock through, but if you guys are smart and you consistently go in and out and evenly play your pools and people aren't wandering around, we can knock through pools pretty quick. So that's your, so there's your 2018, or should I say 2000 plus 18, if anybody's part of the Brotherhood. 2000 plus 18 Ryder Cup doubles pools. All right. So let me save that. And now for the big one. This one will take a while. So let me reiterate. The plan. I sat down and started doing the math. You know, and let's just say you're looking at this with me, and if you're doing the math and you figure each game takes about 15 minutes, some are going to take a half an hour. So it's really hard to say how long the singles tournament will take. Last year's singles tournament, I believe, took 3 hours. When I first originally did the math, I don't know what I was thinking, but I wasn't thinking clearly. And when I started doing the math to figure out exactly how long it would take if every game took 15 minutes, the biggest thing that people didn't like with last year's tournament, and I'm going to try it this year. I'm not saying I'm going to stick with it, but last year's tournament was NCAA style, where if you won, you moved it on, and if you lost, you were done. People didn't like that. I will agree. I didn't like it because I got knocked out in the first round and I didn't earn any points for my team. So a lot of people were mentioning it'd be nice if it was a double elimination. The only problem is with this double elimination, we have 160 players wanting to play singles. And when you only have 16 sets of boards, that's only 32 out of those 160 playing bags at one time. So what's going to happen is, I still want to pull out a double elimination, but in order to do that, we've got to make some tweaks. And just like we have a sudden death tournament for the singles and we have a sudden death tournament for the doubles, because we're going to I'm trying to allow giving a second chance or the loser's bracket chance to singles in the singles tournament. We're going to have to cut the singles tournament. If you win, you play a normal game to 21, plain and simple. But if you lose and you go down to the loser's bracket, we're either going to do 8 or 10 frame games, which means you throw down, that's 1. You throw back, that's 2. Throw down, that's 3. Throw back, that's 4. You're going to either do that 8 frames or 10 frames. I'm still doing some testing. I'm doing some testing by playing other guys and other girls. Just to see what the time frame, what an average time frame is, and I'm trying to do it with chit-chatting with people. I'm trying to do it by wasting time, just to see how much longer it takes. And some of the times it still takes 15 minutes, but it would cut down on time if we made it an 8 or a 10 frame game. Once I figure that out. That will be set at the Ryder Cup, and that's what we will go through. Hopefully nobody will complain. All I will say is if you're going to complain, at least you get an extra game to try to win your way back to the championship. Again, this is all about winning for your team. It's about putting pressure on you. And by doing the frame game, it puts a little more pressure on you. Do you play smart? Do you play aggressive? Do you go for a shot? Sometimes you have to. So it adds another element to the game. Here's the other reason for that, and the other reason for doing it starting with the singles. So again, we're starting with singles on Friday night, and the reason why we're starting with singles on Friday night is because of the length of the game. When I started figuring out how long it would take for 160 players to play on 16 sets of boards, I was averaging, just from my math, between 8 and 10 hours. There is no way anybody, if you get knocked out in the first round, would want to sit. And when we had it and it was 3 hours, you sat forever. And the last thing you want to do is get knocked out and have to sit, even if it was a 6-hour tournament, you don't want to have to sit for 5 hours. It's not fun. So The reason why we're going to start off with singles on Friday is because when we start at 6 o'clock, we're going to start playing, and we're going to have 8 sets of boards in the main part of the Moose, and we're going to have the 4 sets in the dive bar next door. The reason why we don't have all 16 to start with is because the Moose does a Friday night fish dinner, and they get a lot of people that come in and eat fish. So if you're not doing anything Friday night, or I mean, if you haven't eaten and you're just coming into town, just stop at the Moose and have supper there. They have great food. Their fish specials are awesome. I always have fish whenever I go there and eat on Friday nights, even when it isn't Lent. They still do Friday night fish specials on Fridays, and they're delicious. I love it. So they do your regular cod. I think they do walleye, and I think perch. I'm not sure. Yeah, perch. Yeah. So they do 3 different kinds of fish. Plus, they have other things too. They have chicken dinners. They have other things off the menu. So definitely come and eat. But until they knock down those tables, we'll only have those handful of. Well, we'll have most of them, all but 4 sets to play on. But the nice thing about starting with the singles first is, let's say you get knocked out in the first couple hours. Well, you can go back to your hotel. You can sit around and watch, but you can go back to your hotel or go out on the town if you want, and do whatever you want. Plus, the other part is you don't have to be there back at 9 a.m. To play bags. You can stay at your hotel or explore town, and your teammates can make sure they stay. Make sure you stay in touch with your teammates, and then that way you can come back to the Moose later on. You don't have to be there right away at 9 a.m. So it helps on the sitting time for players that get knocked out. After we get done with singles, we'll move into the team event. The team event, what I tried to do is break it up so you're on every other board. You'll see, let's go back to the big 8. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 teams are playing. If we look at here and we do every other board, we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7 and 8. So with those 8 teams that are playing, we can evenly distribute them every other boards, because with 8 players, you need a little elbow room to play and to rotate. We'll go on to the team tournament after singles, and then we will go into the doubles tournament and play that. And once we get through the doubles tournament, we'll add up the scores, we'll pass out the money, and you guys can head home. So it'll be a great 2-day event. The less screwing around people do, and the more playing everybody does, the quicker we can all get out of there. So hopefully people will help each other out and help their teammates out and make sure they keep everybody playing. So now we go to singles. Singles is we have every single one of the singles. We have to random draw the 20 positions for the 20 teams. We already random drew 1 through 8, and you will see we have bracket 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So whatever number you are will go to that bracket, and then we'll put you in the position that you were drawn, or wherever your team was drawn. So again, from there, we'll do this random one quick. So we can do this one quick. So this will be the random draw, the brackets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll do this random draw. However you end up here will be how you end up here. So again, if you and your partner, one of your partners ends up winning your pool, you may end up playing each other when you get to the sudden death. At some point, you may play your partner or your team, but that will not happen until you get into the singles sudden death bracket. So let's do some quick random draws. Let's do the 8 quick, since we have it right here. Again, we'll start after, and we'll hit when we hit on 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So there's 8. Copy that. Come in here, paste. So 5. Andy is asking what time Friday night singles is starting. If any of you watched or looked at the Ryder Cup postings, everything starts at 6 o'clock on Friday. The plan is to start at 9 or 9:30 Saturday morning. We'll see how far we get into the brackets Friday night. If we get a good ways in on Friday night, maybe we'll push it till 9:30, but the plan is 9 or 9:30 to start Saturday morning. But again, we start 6 o'clock. Please share with all of your teammates and let them know we start and play on Friday. I couldn't believe how many people came up to me at the Big Children's Miracle Network tournament, and I said, I was talking about Friday night and starting singles, and like, we play Friday night? And I was like, yes, hello, we play a 2-day event. We start Friday, play Saturday. Hopefully, well, not hopefully, we will be done Saturday, no matter how late it goes, because there's plenty of people that have made plans for Sunday. So we 6 o'clock. You can be there earlier than 6 to the Moose to warm up and play. I am taking the day off on Friday to go set things up at both places. So if you come early, I will be there. Oh, excuse me. It's getting late. How long have we been doing this? What time do we start? What time? 5:30? Whew, hour and a half in. I'm going to stop talking and keep moving here. 7, 6, 3, 1, and 2. So there is your sudden death singles bracket. Again, winner earns 2 extra points for their team, and they win $200. Second place team gets a point, or an extra point for their team. So that's that. We're going to come over here. And we're going to go 20 team. 20 team, make sure I'm on 20 team. 20 team. And again, so now we got a random draw each spot. Here in the, oh, my milk's getting warm. In our each one of our brackets. So I'm going to start at 7 and then go from there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Copy that. Select all, paste. Move on to the next one. Hit again. Select all, copy. Paste. Go again. Select all. Paste. Again. Select all, copy. Paste. Excuse me. Sarah, do you have the stove on? Okay. Eat? Who needs to eat? It's 7 o'clock at night. All right. Oh, you guys can eat without me. I've got work to do. Select all, copy. Select all, paste. Again, select all, copy. Select all, paste. Again, all we're doing is random drawing the 20 spots. Again, select all, copy. Select all, paste. And again, select all, copy. Well, at least Ben's eating. You had to rub that in, didn't you? Thanks, Ben. What are you eating? Hope it's a giant steak and lobster. I know I'm dreaming. All right, so hit a quick save here now that I have everything all in its position. You get the spinning ball of death, which is normal. All right, so now cut out for me again. I got to put all these in the right position. So 8, 3, 16, 14, 7, 6, 19, 12, 19, 12, good year. 4, 9, 18, 2. Yes, that is Superman you hear in the background. 10. So I'm going to have to do that all the way through. You will see I have all these, all the numbers, all the random numbers we chose in the random order that we chose it. So now being that this is bracket 1, now what I have to do is I have to find the number 1s from every team and put them in the team position. Pork chops and potatoes. That sounds good, Ben. I'll make a great quote. Pork chops and applesauce. If anybody gets that one, post it. It's a good quote from back in the day. If you're as old as me, you get the pork chops and applesauce. All right. So number 1. So everybody with number 1s are going to go here. So number 1, team 1 is Brian Chambers. So I'm going to take him and I'm going to put him in the team 1 spot. Right? Number 1 spot in 2 is Ben Schultz. Goes there. Number 1 spot in 3 is Blake. So we're going to go to 3. Put Blake there. In 4 is Wayne. Chad is number 5. Number 5. Taggart is number 6. Hey, look at that. I get a bye. Lucky me. And the nice thing is nobody can say that I cheated. Whenever I get a bye in a tournament, I'm always getting hollered at. Three Rivers number 7 is Trenton. 3 Rivers number 7. It's Trenton. Jason Hendrickson number 8. Oops. Number 8. 1. Ben's got a question for the playoffs. Alright, let me see what Ben's got a question for the playoffs. Alright, where did these questions? Oh, we did it on Facebook. See what Ben's got for a question for playoffs. Oh. This is a different Ben asking about sorry about that. Okay, let me go back. Sorry, guys. All right, let's see. So Ed is number 1 on 9. So Ed, I'm going to copy Ed and go to 9. 9, where's 9? 9, and then 10 is Mark. 11, number 1. Oop, not number 1. 11, 12 is Devin, or Devon Adams. Number 12 13, Sheridan. 14 is Lance. 15 is Mason. 16 is Soka. 17 is Linda. 18 is Jason. 18. 19 is Larry. 20 is Randy. So if we did this right, you will see that we have randomly drawn our singles number earlier. We randomly drew our team numbers earlier. We randomly drew the position that each singles person will go into the brackets. And we put the random singles number into the random doubles number into the random singles drawing on here. And this is the way the bracket for the first bracket for the singles stacks up. Soko will play Lance to start off, and Larry and Devin next. Mason and Brian, Todd and Chad, Jason and Blake, Wayne and Ed. That'll be a good match to watch. Jason and Ben, and Randy and Mark. Actually, there's a lot of good matches here I'm going to want to watch. Leaving Trenton, Michael, Sheridan, and Linda with buys. And yeah, there you go. That's how we're going to do it. So that was bracket number 1. I have to do that. 8 more times. So again, make sure I'm live on my stream here. So again, you're going to be sitting and watching me do work. And once I get through all the work, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the broadcast. And once I end the broadcast, I will do my due diligence throughout the week to finish making things pretty, putting the final standings out on Facebook for everybody to watch, and then go from there. So as I am here, that was number 1. I think number 2 is next to it. Yep, so number 2 is over here. Sarah, can I ask you a favor? Sarah, can you give me my eye drops, please? My eyes are going batty looking at this screen. We're waiting on our child. If you're waiting on a waiter, you're waiting. Thank you.
Sure.
I'm going to take a quick little break and throw some eye drops in my eyeballs. My eyeballs hurt staring at this screen. Applesauce. Nobody get the pork chops and applesauce reference. It saddens me. Maybe you're all too young. Not you. If anybody should know, you should know. It has a classic Brady Bunch reference. Pork chops and applesauce. Throughout the whole episode, I believe it was Peter. He had asked what they were having for supper, and he's like, pork chops and applesauce. And he said it just like that. I don't think anybody else did, because nobody mentioned it. I'm talking to the invisible people online. Let's see how many invisible people there are watching. 10. We're down to 10. We're up to an hour and 45 minutes. Bad jokes. Should we start the see if anybody comes up with any, what do you call a guy with no arms and no legs? See how many of those come up. Chris, I think it's Ben Close got it. Really? You know the Brady Bunch one? The classic jokes are always, what do you call a guy with no arms and no legs and hanging on a wall?
Art.
His name is Art. So that's the start. It rhymes. So that's the start of it. From there, it goes all over the place. I even had one I made up that nobody's ever heard of, and I always like using that one because nobody gets it. But I mean, nobody knows it. What do you call, I won't tell that one right away, but what do you call a guy with no arms and no legs in a hole?
Phil.
No arms, no legs in a hole is Phil. What else is there? No arms, no legs in the water, or in the ocean. No arms, no legs in the ocean. His name is Bob. No arms, no legs in front of a door. Matt. What else do we have? There's a load of them. I'm forgetting some of them. What? No arms, no legs in a bush. Do I know that one? You're making that one up? What? Berry? That's a good one. I'll give you that one. The one I like the best is the one I came up with, and it's no arms, no legs on a podium. A lot of people don't know what it is, but no arms, no, a guy with no arms, no legs on a podium. Mike. That's a good one. I'm funny.
I know.
What?
What do you call a girl, no arms, no legs, hanging from a chandelier?
What? Hanging from a chandelier?
Yeah.
A girl with no arms, no legs, hanging from a chandelier. I don't know.
Crystal.
Oh, good one. Then, what do you call a one-legged woman leaning against a wall? Eileen. What do you call her in China? Irene. That one came from Ben. I was waiting to tell that one, and then Ben just posted it. Then what do you call a cow with two legs? Lean ground beef. What do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef. Oh, did I? Sorry. Ben like the Chinese woman with one leg. Jeez, you don't know. That's not the Ben you're thinking of. Oh. This is a Ben from Iowa. Oh. Man, you better hope the other Ben isn't listening. He's going to slap you. That's abusing. Or that's abuse. Wish I had some more one arm, one legs, or no arm, no legs, but I can't think of any right now. I am concentrating. It's not too hard to just type numbers and talk. That's true. Well, that's why I'm doing a live feed, because if I miss something, guys like Ben and Andy, who are watching diligently with me. Well, Andy's just listening, but Ben's watching. Last year, I don't remember who it was last year. I think it might have been Jeff from Mankato or Roger. I can't remember. One of them told me they watched the whole thing from beginning to end, and I was like, you were out of your mind. But they wanted to see where they sat in the pools before before the tournament got there, and who knows, probably shared it with their team so they knew and prepared for whoever. All I know is I have some revenge for Bob Templin, because that booger knocked me out of the singles tournament in one game, and I sat the rest of the day on a chair watching everybody else play. It sucked. So I get a, oops, I did the 6, 7, 4. So I gotta get my win, my revenge back on Bob. He played good bags that day too. He was on fire. I couldn't find it. Hey Johnny. Johnny's watching along with us. So I know we definitely have 3 following along and watching. I do get Facebook messages flying across my screen, so if you are watching and not chatting on the YouTube comment section and that, you can send me a message on Facebook Messenger, and it should flash across my screen. Hell, type of joke. Flash across the screen and we can all read along. All right, oops. One more, I think. I think we already did this one, yep. One more, and then I can start putting in names. And we can sign off on this bad boy. Yeah, why did you find more?
No, but I was thinking, like, what types of jokes? Amber, did you complete supper?
Are you guys still watching Superman?
The next one started.
Which one? 4?
Well, actually, I think this was
1, 6,
going backwards. Now we're back to
3.
1.
We are watching all the old school Supermans that are apparently on the TV playing in the background. Which one are you watching now? 2?
I think it's 1.
1?
Yeah, it says Superman the movie. I don't understand why it's saying the movie, though.
It is the original with Christopher Reeves, right?
Yeah. From 78. Yeah, they're doing it right before the new Krypton thing came out.
Johnny, if I can get up there this week, I'll come up and throw. I don't know. Was part of our schedule, was there a day this week that we were going to be able to throw at the Moose? Can't remember. Yeah, we could do a one on Tuesday. It's really what we should do is push to get everybody there on Tuesday. All right. So, Well, Tuesday counts if you come to the Moose and throw, Johnny. All right, so we got, we already got singles on the one bracket. So now it's time, this is the second bracket. So now it's time to put the players in the second bracket. So we're going to go back up to the top, and we're going to pick the twos. So 2, team 1. 2, team 1. 2, team 2, which just so happens to be Johnny, who's watching with us. Johnny 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 2, number 3. And I wish I had other people over my shoulder so that way we could do this together. I'm sure you guys are yelling on the other side of the computer going, "It's over there! You dummy, it's over there!" 2, Adam Deere. Holy cow, Adam Deere had a great time in Las Vegas. He went to Vegas and played in the ACL, and I believe he said his first doubles match was against Eric Sackline and Frank Moldine. Is it Frank? I can't remember, but he had 2. I think it was Eric. He had 2 big names, and they beat him. I think they beat him 21-1. And I was like, "You what?" So, I mean, that says something right there. Those guys, man, that's awesome that they did that. Then Adam ended up drawing Eric Zockline for doubles, and I do believe they ended in blind draw and ended up winning. It was ridiculous. He played a lot of big names. I think he ended up getting knocked out of the doubles tournament by Christine Papke and I think it's her husband, Paf. I can't remember his first name right off the bat. But the teams that he played some big boys. So Adam should hopefully have some stories for us when he comes and plays at the Ryder Cup. It'll be fun talking to him. Let's see. Ben Close said April 14th, ACL Regional in Redland, Iowa, doubles and singles, advanced and social. April 14th, that is the week after the Ryder Cup. Hey, Ben, if you want to, you could bring some posters with you and throw them around on the tables if you like. I've let other people do that in tournaments. At tournaments that I have. So if you want to bring some posters, go ahead and do it. Let's just see here. Again, we're going to be sitting here for a while, so let's see if I can figure out any more. Let's see. We had Matt and Stu, who couldn't play for South Dakota. How about what do you call? Well, we did the what do you call? I kind of give it away. No arms, no legs on your front doorstep. But what do you call a guy with no arms, no legs, and a pot of vegetables? His name is Stu. What do you call a woman with no arms and no legs on a tennis court? A net. A net. That is good. Let me see if I can think of any more. I got to keep paying attention to what I'm doing here. What do you call a guy with no arms, no legs that sits in your wallet or in the bank? That's kind of a stretch, but in your wallet or in a bank. Buck. Let's see if I can remember any more. 2, 9, 2, 10. 2, 11. 2, 12. 2, 13. 2, 14. 2, 15. What do you call a guy with no arms and no legs in the mailbox? I'm just a bill. I'm only a bill. Something about Capitol Hill. They don't want me to sing. I bet they want me to sing. Oh, can't think of any more. And 220. What do you call a lady, a girl with no arms, no legs, stuck in a fence? Barb. I don't know if I like that one. Ooh, guy with no arms. No arms, no legs. Playing poker. How about that one? Chip.
Oh, Chip.
What do you call a guy with no arms and no legs put through a meat grinder?
Oh, meat grinder.
Chuck.
Chuck.
All right, so that's the second one. Oh, I remember this one. How about this one? What do you call two guys with no arms and no legs on a window? Anybody? Anybody? Curtain rod. And Ben, he says it's almost becoming an obsession watching this, seeing who you play, who plays who. Pretty interesting. Also seeing your teammates and where they're being placed. Yeah, you're right. I like watching this too, because the other thing is as I found out what my number was, and as I was giving other numbers, I was like, oh, they're in my pool. Oh, I got to play them in my bracket. Let's see. All right, so that was 2, right? So that was 2. So now it's time to go on to 3. So this is 3. Oh, let's see. How about no arms, no legs under your bed?
Dust bunny.
Ooh, close. Dusty. No arms and no legs on your barbecue? Cole. Oh, that's a good one. Cole. I'd go with Cole. But I was actually not thinking of Cole.
What were you thinking of?
Frank.
Oh.
Ooh, what do you call a guy with no arms, no legs, flying over a fence? Homer. Ooh, no arms, no legs, and a coffee cup. Get out of here. No arms, no legs, and a coffee cup. Joe.
Oh, jeez.
All right. I got to stop thinking of these, and I got to get back to work. All right. So now we are on, just making sure, because making sure I'm not losing track. We are on bracket number 3. So now we're in the 3 spot. So 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4. 36. 37. 38. Juan was also in Vegas this weekend, the ACL Championships. Looks like he placed first, I think first or second in his bracket. But I'm not sure how the brackets all worked out there and what bracket he was in and how that all worked. But again, hopefully he'll have some stories to tell us when we see him next. 3-9. Oh, sorry guys. 3-10. I suppose I'm glad I'm doing this now and not during the week. I'd be up until midnight doing it all. 3-11. 3-12. 3-13. A girl with no arms, no legs, washed up on shore. That came in from Andy Graff. A girl with no arms, no legs, washed up on shore. Sandy, very good. Good call. Sarah. Sandy? She got it without looking it up. Good call. Good.
I didn't do nothing but close my eyes. And then I saw John Travolta saying, Sandy.
Sandy? Danny!
Tell me about it.
3:15. I don't think anybody wants to hear us sing.
I'm not singing. I'm quoting.
3:16. 3:17. Mike Sr. There'll be a lot of mics at this tournament. Mike. And one Mark. No, it's not hump day. It is Sunday, which means we got to go back to work tomorrow.
Well, that's half a hump day.
It's half a hump day? No, it's not. Andy gives a woot. 3:18. 3:19. And 3:20. Oops. Delete Andy. Delete the numbers. Alright, so that's the hit Apple S here, make sure we're saving as we go. Alright, I'm going to guess we're going to have this wrapped up by, we should have it wrapped up before 8. Man with no arms, no legs, wedged between two pieces of wood. Bracket 3. Now we're on to bracket 4. Guy with no arms, no legs, jammed between. Well, he's no, he said Jimmy. That was a stretch, Andy.
Yeah, that's a stretch. How about a woman with no arms, no legs holding up a house?
A A woman with no arms, no legs, holding up a house. Let's see if anybody comes back with that. 4 and 1. Again, we're on 4. 4, 2. 4, 3. 4, 4. 4, 5. 4, 6. 4, 7. 4, 7. Taylor Brown. Saw Taylor today. Taylor was a gentleman and worked his magic and got me some wheels and tires for my new vehicle, used vehicle. 4, 8. 4, 9. 10. 4, 11. 4, 12. 4, 13. 4, 14. 4, 15. 4, 16. 4, 17. I saw it pop in, Andy. 4, 18. Let's see if we can figure out Sarah's first. 4, 19. And 4, 20. All right, Sarah, what was yours again? A woman with no arms, no legs.
Woman with no arms,
Yep.
no legs,
Holding up a house. Be holding up a house. You have footers. You have a frame. I don't know. Joyce. Oh my goodness.
If you can come up with Jim, I come up with Joyce.
Yeah, Joyce I think was a little better. He just came in with another one. No arms, no legs. Holding up a car.
Jack.
Oh, right off the bat she gets
Come
it.
on, that was too easy.
No arms, no legs, holding up a car. Jack. All right, so that was 4. We have 4 more. We are now in bracket 5.
You get really sick and say no arms, no legs, and getting peed on.
You know they can't hear you. All right. Now you threw me off. What am I on? Bracket 5. Number 5. Number 5. All right, you're going to have to tell us. No arms, no legs, getting peed on.
Well, John.
John, oh jeez. Or peed in. Okay, 5-1. I could be wrong. We might be after 8 o'clock. They're taking forever. 5-2. 5-3. 5-4. 5-5. 5-6. 7. 5, 8. Oh, 8, 8, 5, 8. 5, 9. Eddie says, yes, I hear you. 5, 10.
Right, googly moogly.
5, 11. 5, 12. 5, 13. 5, 13. 5, 14. 5, 15. 5, 16. 5, 17. 5, 18. 5, 19. 5, 20. It is not 5, 20. All right. I'll clean this crap up later. Let's just keep going. That was 5. Now we're moving on to 6. 6. 6, 1. Oops. Just to make sure we're in the right spot. We're in 6s. 6, 1. 6, 2. 6, 3. 6, 4. 6, 5. 6, 6. If anybody knows this guy, you know he's a dick. Because he's my partner. 6, 7. 6, 8. 6, 9. 6, 10. 6, 11. Cobra Kai. 6, 12. 6, 13. Sweep the leg, baby. 6, 14. 6, 15. 6, 16. 6, 17. 6. What am I on? 18. 18. 6, 19. And 6, 20. We're almost there, boys and girls. Those that are paying attention, you see any mistakes? I hope not. All right, 2 more. 2 more. Let's go to 7. Oh! Oh, excuse me. I'm out of milk. I'm not out of eye drops. Please hold. Stare at the screen as long as I do. You forget to blink. Alright. We are now on pool or bracket 7, which means we have 2 more to do, and then we'll be officially done. And I will do some cleaning up on my end to make everything all pretty. Alright, 7-1. 7-2. 7-3. Any monkeys still following along? 7-4. 7-5. 7-6, Andy. 7-6. Andy, look at Andy. You get a bye. How happy are you? Do a little dance. 7-7. 7-8. 7-9. Don't pee yourself, Andy. I know you're celebrating. Simmer down. 7-9. Where's 9? 7-9. Yep, almost done, Ben. Eyes are burning. 7-10. 'Jeez. Man of no arms, no legs, subatomic particle, I believe is what it said.
A subatomic
Particle.
It's like a microorganism.
No arms, no leg. Yeah, no arms, no legs. Who is a subatomic particle? Man, I can't even say that. Sorry, I'm taking a break. My eyeballs are just like screaming at me. That was 10. 7-10. Well, think of small. Think small. 7-11. Oh, Johnny got it.
Like an amoeba.
No, come on. Adam. Good call.
That's stretch. That's atom. Nobody names their kid atom.
No, come on.
It's not Adam. It's atom.
Johnny got it on YouTube, and then apparently I didn't catch it right away, so he had to text it to me. All right, 7-11. Where am I here? Did I say Johnny? Yeah, Johnny got it. 7-11. 7-12. 7-13. All right, I'm going to turn this down. Sorry, you can still see it, but I got to turn it down because literally I can't even stare at my screen anymore. 7-14. 7-15. 7-16. Come on, this is getting harder to find. 16. 7-17. 7, 18. Shut up, Johnny. You're probably just listening. You're not even watching. You don't understand the pain I am going through right now just for you guys. 7, 19. No support from the wife either. 7, 20. All right, one more bracket. What time's Caleb done? 9. Ooh, he's got another hour 10. All right, so bracket 8, number 8. Give my eyes a little rub here. Get through this last bracket. Then what I'll do is I'll go through all the brackets one at a time, just so they're at the very end. That way you can tell your team if they don't want to have to sit and watch everything, to just go to the last like 2 minutes. And I'll go over the tournament again and go over where we're playing and show all the brackets.
Hello. Hey, look at there. Your phone works. Yay. Now what about your heater? Does your heater work too?
Hey, I am live on YouTube.
Yeah, okay.
You can have your conversation somewhere else, lady. Unbelievable. Things I got to deal with in this house.
Why?
All right. Last bracket. Bracket number 8.
Well, we've had that issue before. What was he?
Number 8. Number 1.
Oh, what's he messing?
8. 1.
Oh, sure.
8. 2.
With the wire.
8.
Yeah, well, that's what I told him to do.
3.
Yeah, I gave him the directions on
8.
how to reset the modem. So,
4. Oops. 8. 5.
we can forward
8.
your number over here too, you know.
6.
No, you don't have to take anything. You just ask.
Andy sent a video. I can't see the video right now, Andy. I am working.
Yeah, so it'll
I am working diligently to try to get this done so I can get off. 8, 7. I'll look at it once I'm done here. Though if I need to look at it before I'm done because it's part of what I'm doing, let me know. Send me another message. Otherwise, I'll look at it after I'm done. 8, 8. 8, 9.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's black.
8 to 10.
Yeah, it could be black. Black.
8, 11. 8, 12. 8, 13.
Say what? Plug one in and send it over.
8, 14.
Oh, you're talking. You're not talking about your phone. You're talking about your
15. 16. Again, please forgive me for the background chit chat. Again, I am at home. Family still living a family life while I'm doing this, so please forgive me. Ignore the banter in the background. She's talking to her mom. We're in the process of getting her house fixed up, and she'll be moving in with us for a little while they fix up her house. Ooh, Andy says yes. He says I need to look at it, so let me finish this. 8, 19, and 8, 20. All right. I'm going to do a quick, oh no. Andy had to send me a message that he was celebrating that he got a buy, I'm assuming. All right. So now this is all done.
No, it's online.
So this is what I'm gonna do. Break up the boredom, yeah. Break up the boredom for me. Nobody else got to see that. Actually, you know what? I think everybody else can see it. Let's do this. We'll go here. We'll go here. We'll go here. Come on. See all in Messenger. We'll go here. There. No. There. You can see Andy dance. There you go, Andy. You were live on the World Wide Webs. All right. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to my little thing here, and I'm going to bring up my. Whoop! Remind me later. I'm going to bring up my little splash page. Okay. So my little splash page is now up. And the reason why I put up my splash page is so that way, oops, let me see, get my phone. This way, whatever minute we're on, and I'll go back and I'll look at it on YouTube. And again, excuse me for the background chatter. I'll put this splash page up so that way you can tell your people, and then I'll also put a minute marker on there so people can come on here and just go to this spot in the live feed and see what we did. So we are now done. We are now done drawing. This is the starting point of just showing you what we've done. If you want to see what we've done, go back to the beginning and you can see what we've done and how we did it. I'm going to explain it here, but I'm going to explain it quickly so that way I can finish up my video and but still give you guys the option of whether you want to see the whole thing or whether you want to see God bless you, or you want to only see part of it. So Ben Close, Andy Graff, and Johnny, those three I know have been chatting with me, so I know they've watched from the very beginning. So they know that what I did in fairness to everybody with my random draws. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the splash page down and I'm going to show you how we went through everything. And then I'll show you each individual team, singles, and doubles so you can see where you're at, so you have an idea and can share it with your teammates if you want to do that before I get the final postings. But I'll make pretty pictures, pretty JPEGs, and I'll put them up so you can you can see them before you get to the tournament. So this was the live draw. Started at 5:30. It is now exactly 7. Well, just turned 7:59. We'll say 8 o'clock p.m. Sunday, March 18th. I'm going to take my image down. I'm going to close this. And I'm going to show you what I did. So originally these were all out of order, and I used the random.org sequence generator. And I picked 20 teams. I was given a random number between 1 and 10, and I got 7. I random spun through 7 times. That gave me the order to put everybody, so I gave everybody a number, and then I reordered everything. Then from there, I went to the random generator of 8, and I gave all the single numbers that were all, just names, no numbers. And I random drew numbers. I did 7 rounds first, and then I started numbering, and I put everybody in order. And then I went to the random generator of teams of 4. Again, these were all out of order. I reordered them I reordered them in sequence, so when I did my back and forth, it all made sense. Then from there, we came over here. We went to the doubles bracket. I random drew the order of teams 1 through 20, and I put those in order here, and then dropped in the order of the team names. Then we went to doubles, and we went to the doubles pools, and originally these were all blank, and put everybody team 1, team 2, team 3, and then all the blue teams. You'll see that this was every other, and this was the opposite of the every other, and this was every 2 teams every other, and this was the opposite of every 2 teams. all the red teams, once everybody's name went in, all the red teams went here and all the blue teams went here. So that was probably 5 generations of randomizing. So that way it was a true randomization. And then we went to singles, and we took all the singles, and there are 8 pools. So there's 20 singles in every bracket, every single bracket. And so there's 8 brackets, 20 teams in each. So if you were team 1, you went into the team 1 spot. The first person went into the team 1 spot in the 1 bracket. The first person in this one went into the second spot, so on and so forth. So you can see how everything came about. Actually, I'll leave that for the end. Singles, there will be 8. We'll start out with singles on Friday at 6 o'clock. I want you there and checked in by at least 5:30 so we can get things going, get your team there. What you'll do when you first walk in is check in with me, show me that your whole team is there, and then we're going to line your team up and take a picture of you. So that way we have good pictures of all 20 teams. Then what we're going to do is we're going to start with the singles bracket. Singles bracket, if you were in the winner's bracket, you will play your normal games to 21. If you lose, so that way we can have a double chance, a true double elimination. But because of time frame, and because we have 160 players playing in a singles double elimination tournament, the loser's bracket will either be an 8 or a 10 frame game. Wherever you sit at the end of 8 frames, let's say, if you are ahead 11 to 12, if you are ahead 12 to 11, you win, you check in. This sudden death type game will make you either play smart or be aggressive. It's completely up to you on how you play your game, but adds another added advantage, another added element to the tournament. So we will have 8 winners. These 8 winners will go into a sudden death bracket to win money and extra points for your teams. We did a random draw of those. So wherever, if you win bracket 2, you will be put here in the brackets for the sudden death. And this may be the time when you actually meet one of your own teammates. It's the way the game goes, but you are playing in the main part of the bracket. You will not play one of your teammates. So again, we'll start with singles. Singles will start at 6 o'clock. We'll go until 10 o'clock. If there's those that still want to play and we roll into 11 o'clock, especially if we're running behind, we'll do that. But we want to also make sure everybody gets enough time to do something, to get out or get back to the hotel and get some sleep, because we will start again at 9 a.m., 9 a.m. to 9:30. We'll make that decision at the end of the evening for those that are still playing. I literally lost my train of thought. Anyway, so we'll pick back up with singles Saturday morning. Once we get through the singles play, we will go into the Big 8 team event. And the Big 8 team event will be a double elimination tournament. 1 game, double elim. You will see down here the different points that you get for every win as far as you move on. The first 8 teams that are eliminated only get a half a point. Then you get a point here, you get a point and a half here, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 points for your team if you win. Then after the Big 8, then we're going to go into pool play. When we get into pool play, everybody will have a pool sheet, and they'll write their wins and losses. The top 2 teams in every pool will go into a sudden death pool bracket, and you will see we did another random draw here. This random draw drew all the teams, or put all the teams here. Again, this might be a time you end up playing your teammates. Pool 4, the second place team will go here. Pool 6, the first place team will go here. Again, that was a random draw. Put them here. Second place gets 2 extra points for their team, and the doubles champion will win $300 and earn 4 points for their team. So that's your pools. So everybody can see how things will go, or where they sit in the brackets in the Big 8 team tournament. This is the Big 8 where you put 4 on one end and 4 at the other end, and you throw one bag at a time. Again, you must stay in your order the whole game. You will see here, this is the standings. South Dakota Cornhole plays MSP Outsiders. First match, Team Sparta and Coulee Region Cervasis. MBO Team Toma versus Central Minnesota. Misfits versus Scott County River Rats. So on and so forth. So here is, if you want to take a snapshot, you can take it. Again, I'll put JPEGs up later, but this is the team event standings. We'll go here to the pools. You will see here, those are the pool standings. I will leave with this here if you want to take a quick snapshot to show your teammates where they might be. I did put a little acronym, here in the front, so who is who. NBO is Team Toma, CRC is Coulee Region Red. Excuse me, is that right? Yeah, I think I still had a red and it's blue. No, I don't remember. I've got them all marked. Anyway, that's Team 2. Who's Team 2? Yeah, it's supposed to be Coulee Region Blue, and I've got an R for red. So I'll fix that as I go. But anyway, there you go. Let's take a snapshot of that. So those are your pools. And then we come, here is the singles lineup. Again, when I put everybody in, if you're unsure, you can see what your team. So I'll show you here your teams. Toma's 1, CRC Blue is 2, Wagner's is 3, Full of Excuses is 4, SEW is 5, Coulee Region Yellow is 6, Three Rivers 7, Central Minnesota 8, Border Boys 9, Team Smack is 10, River Rats is 11, Misfits 12, Ball and Chains 13, Sparta 14, Capital City 15, MSP 16, Cervasis 17, South Dakota 18, St. Croix 19, Southwest Minnesota is 20. So whatever number you are, you'll see your partner under that name. So if you are Coulee Region Blue, number 2, team number 2, you will see all the number 2s in each one of the brackets will be team number 2. So this is bracket 1. Take a snapshot if you want. This is bracket 2. This is singles bracket 3. This is singles bracket 4. This is singles bracket 5. This is singles bracket 6. This is singles bracket 7. And this, last but not least, what happened? There we go. Make sure I get it right. Yep, 8. This is singles bracket 8. All right, boys and girls. It took about 2.5 about 2 hours and 40 minutes to get through it all. But there are your brackets, your pools, and your Big 8 team event. That is it for me. I'm going to go rest my eyes because they are burning beyond belief. You all have a fantastic week. Hopefully it's going to be another warm week and we can get outside and throw some bags. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Again, if you want to show your friends and teammates the brackets, you can tell them to go to that spot in the live feed, and they can just see how we finalized everything. But yeah, y'all have a great night, great weekend. Ben, Johnny, Andy, and whoever else is watching with me, I want to thank you very much for keeping me company. It was a good night of random drawing and work. So we'll see y'all later. Have a great week. Take care.